Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. As you guys can tell by the title of this video, this is going to be an Aquarius reading. This is a timeless reading, okay? So whenever you find it, it's meant for you. Also, this is for any Aquarius placement, so sun, moon, rising, Venus, north node, you name it, okay? Or you could just be curious. There's nothing wrong with that. I am going to do my readings a little bit different going forward, so I'm going to do just the regular general reading that I've always been doing in the beginning, and then I'm going to follow up with a love reading, okay? So it's going to be two readings in just one video, okay, for now. I am going to meditate with you guys as usual, to help us release any negative energy and allow us to be open to receive any of the messages in this video, okay? So feel free to breathe in and out with me. If not, feel free to fast forward, do whatever makes you feel comfortable, okay? Okay. I keep hearing the number 3 for some reason, okay? So that might be important to somebody watching this, okay? But let's get started, Aquarius. So we have coming in first, 5 of Swords. We have Death and Rebirth, which is number 13. We have 7 of Swords, and then we have 10 of Wands. I'm sorry. And there's 2 other cards, but I want to discuss these first, okay? So usually with the 5 of Swords, that usually represents to me that you're in like a 2 of Wands energy. But honestly, with this card, I feel like that it's telling me that you guys just need to be confident on your new journey, okay? Obviously with the Death and Rebirth, you have transformed, okay? And the crows, if you guys don't know, this usually represent transformation. They have a few other meanings, but when I see this card, the swords energy is very transforming, okay? Air energy is very transforming. So there's been a transformation in your life, Aquarius, and obviously by the other past readings, if you guys haven't looked at those, I would definitely recommend to go check those out. It kind of goes over a journey of a spiritual awakening that Aquariuses have been going through, okay? And I feel like because of the planetary shifts that happened in December, Jupiter and Saturn shifting into Aquarius, not only was it breaking, excuse me, for the universe, I feel like Aquarius is really, or Aquarius placements really felt that energy very heavily, okay? So it was a bit of a transformation within ourselves, okay? And for those that have been going through spiritual awakenings for the past few months or past few years or decades, everyone's life path will be different, okay? So I feel like that it's finally a death to that cycle, okay? You guys have ended that cycle, ended a lot of karmic cycles, paid back a lot of karmic debt, okay? With the 10 of Wands, you guys walked away from a lot of unhealthy habits. It could be people, you could have been dealing with a Scorpio, or you could have that in your chart, but I really feel like that this is personal energy, that there was a lot of toxic, unhealthy, negative thought patterns, which is very common in Aquarius, okay? That's something that we struggle with, and I say we because I am an Aquarius myself. We're ruled by the crown chakra, so in our shadow side, we can easily get stuck in a very negative mindset, okay? And I feel like that you are walking away from that, you are releasing that, okay? And I feel like the purpose of this reading is to encourage you and to give you confidence. I feel like Spirit is saying that you need to be confident on this next journey. You have whatever it takes to be successful, Aquarius, okay? And a little energy I feel is that you don't feel confident. I feel a little bit of like a hermit energy, which usually means that you kind of went within and you found enlightenment and you went through a spiritual awakening. But that's not on the table here. So I feel like some people or somebody watching this is still stuck in that energy and you guys don't want to shift out of it. But it's time to, okay? And I feel like maybe that's what the 7 of Swords is representing for you. you're hiding yourself from the world and from people, and it's time for you to show your abundance, okay? And I feel like that's why the Six of Wands came out and the Two of Cups, which is very interesting. And I'm going to get back to that card though. But I feel like at this present time, the reason why the Five of Swords came out, because there's a lot of abundance that you're coming into, okay? You could be an influencer, or you could be called to inspire people, okay? So whether that's through YouTube videos or Instagram or some online platform, or it could be not online, okay? You're being called to do that, okay? So I feel like that the cards are saying that you need to step out of that hermit mode, because you've already went through that transformation. You've already died to your old self. You've already left behind all of your old baggage with the Ten of Wands coming out, okay? So it's time for you to step up on stage, okay, and be applauded, okay? We can take that actually figuratively, I should say, if that's the correct word. I'm gonna think about that, but I don't edit, so that's just gonna stay in there, okay? But we could take it as like a symbol of you stepping on stage, or it could be literally, okay? You could be called to do that, okay? Like I said, everyone's path is gonna be different, okay? But you have to come out of this, okay? And kind of living in fear and secrecy, okay? Also, you could be working on something. Like you could already have gotten into this phase of realizing that you're called to do something that will have you in the spotlight, quote unquote, and you could be keeping it a secret from people, okay? Or you may not be telling people all of your plans. You're being very intentional, very strategic when it comes to the Seven of Swords. And eventually this will be your outcome, okay, which is the Six of Wands. So you will reap the benefits of your rewards, and you will be celebrated, okay? And just to be confident in that new career. I pick up heavily that this is about career, but then we have the Two of Cups come out, which is, I don't want to say it's random, because I feel like the cards never lie, but I feel like once you have accepted yourself, come out of that hermit mode, really walked into who you have been called to be, Aquarius, then comes the Two of Cups, okay? And I feel like it's already here. If it's not here, then this is what's coming for you in the future, okay? So outcome is Six of Wands, and then you follow up with the Two of Cups in your future, okay? So that is romantic partners, that is friendships, kindred spirits, okay? That could be a bond with a family member as well too, okay? So take it how it resonates. I heavily pick up on romance, just because that is my romance card, okay? So I'm really happy for you, Aquarius, okay? A lot of positive energy, a lot of abundance in finances and in your career, okay? So I'm going to shift over to the love reading for you guys, okay? So let me just shift my cards a little bit. Give me 1 second. I'm going to keep that card out. Okay. So in the love reading section, we will be going into who are you calling in? What traits do you want the person to have? Hopefully, if I can get where you will find them or where you will meet them, we'll touch briefly on that too. We'll also touch on what your blockages is in this connection, and then also what does the person like about you, or how do they perceive you, okay? So let's get started. So what are you calling in? We have the Emperor, okay? Now this usually should be upright, but I left it in reverse because this is how it comes out, and I wanted to make sure that I spoke on this, okay? So you are calling in an Emperor, okay? And just with it being in reverse, I feel like that you have already encountered this person and met this person. It may not be in union yet, like you guys could be friends, or you could have met them once or something, and maybe you'll meet them again in the future in passing, okay? So this person definitely embodies the energy of the Emperor, okay? So you could be calling in an Aries. It doesn't have to be, they could just have very fiery energy. They could have Aries placement, or they could embody the energy of an Emperor. So they are a natural leader. They are very successful. they're a planner, okay, meaning that they plan out their next move. Okay, so that's the reason why the chess piece is there. Okay, so that's what you're calling in. Okay, so you want a very powerful mate, Aquarius. Okay, which makes sense because us as Aquarius, we are very powerful people. Sometimes we allow people to dim our light. I'm sorry if I covered the mic, but sometimes we allow people to dim our light, Aquarius. And I feel like just with the general reading that you're finally realizing that the abundance that you have within yourself and the light that is within you. So you want someone that is very similar to you, okay? And I'm gonna get back to why I think that card came out in the reverse, Aquarius, okay? So then we have the Queen of Swords, okay? So this placement will represent like who does this person remind you of, or where could you meet them. Since we have the water here, you could meet them at a beach. I live in California, y'all, so I'm not sure if the beaches are open, but that's a possibility. Okay, it's very warm where I live at, so people still do those type of activities where I'm at. Or you could live near a beach. This is the Queen of Swords, very intelligent, so you could possibly meet the person at school or like a bookstore or something like that. That may not resonate with everyone, okay? The person will remind you of you, Aquarius, okay? And I thought that this was interesting that the Queen of Swords came out because this usually represents Aquarius for me, just as a reader. So very interesting that you popped out in your own love reading, okay? And I'm going to touch on why I think that the Emperor is in reverse right now. So I think that the Queen of Swords popped out because this is your perception, Aquarius, okay? Our perception is often very different from what reality is, okay? So we want to get an idea of how the person feels about us and what the truth is, but these readings are really, the purpose of them is to really get in tune with ourselves and open up our own heart chakra, and kind of take that veil off that actually allows us to have that skewed perception of other people, okay? So I feel like that's what's going on right now, Aquarius. I feel like that the person has come to you and you view them as not an emperor, or they could have done something that was very triggering for you, and it was a big turn off, okay? And like I said, I'm an Aquarius, so I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, I feel like Aquarius can be easily turned off, okay? We are very rational, we are very practical, so we are the Queen of Swords, okay? And sometimes in our shadow self, when we are not balanced, we can use our sword to just cutting people off, okay? That's a nice way I can put it. So we want to be aware of that, okay, in this connection, because I feel like that the person did something or said something you didn't particularly like, and you kind of just took it as the connection not meant to be, okay? But Aquarius, we are all flawed, okay? So sometimes we have to lead with compassion, okay, and from a place of love with everyone, okay? Now, for a small part of a few people watching this, I feel like that this could be someone who may not have the best intentions for you, okay? I like to focus on positivity, so I don't want to stay too stuck on that, but I only say that because we have coming in how the person views you as the Six of Pentacles, okay? So this is equal give and take, and since the Emperor came out in reverse, the person could be wanting to take more from you than they actually have to give from you, okay? And it doesn't mean that the person is a bad person or evil person. It just means that they have some healing to do, and that's just the mindset that they are in right now, Aquarius, okay? And a lot of times when we don't have much to give and we expect so much from people, it's because we have been hurt ourselves and we have given too much in certain situations. So now we're saying, well, I'm only in the mood to be taking, okay? So not the best mindset to have in love, but unfortunately everyone's journey is different, and everyone will be on a different path when you meet them, okay? So just be mindful that I think that may resonate for a small few, but for the majority, I feel like it's just your perception. I feel like the person is truly an emperor, And with the Six of Pentacles, they see you as very generous, a very positive mindset, that you like to help people, that you're very caring person, and they like those qualities about you, okay? And I feel like with the Queen of Swords coming out in who they will actually remind you of, Aquarius, I feel like that the person is a true reflection of you, and you see yourself in them and they see themselves in you, okay? So with the Six of Pentacles coming out, I feel like it'll be a very harmonious, a very equal give and take with this person, okay? Maybe you just need a little bit more time, okay? Since the Emperor is fire energy, and I have a Venus in Aries, okay? Fire signs are fiery, so they tend to move a little bit more faster than air signs, okay? So they could be coming on a little bit stronger, a lot more faster than you were expecting or how you traditionally see love, Aquarius, okay? So that could be a little bit off-putting for you, but like I said, we just have to keep in mind that everyone won't think as us, okay? A lot of people find Aquarius very I don't want to say off-putting, but they just don't understand us. Like I mentioned in the general reading, we're very logical, very practical. Even at our highest self, we are like that, okay? So it takes a lot out of us to sometimes lead with our heart chakra. So that depends on what you have in your chart, your experiences and things that you went through in life, okay? But it can be very challenging just as Aquarius to lead from our heart chakra and not from our crown, or to have that balance between our heart chakra and our crown chakra, okay? So just keep that in mind, that everyone won't behave like you when it comes to love. And that doesn't mean that it's not the right partner for you, Aquarius. It just means that you guys' love language is a little different, and you guys will just take a little bit more time to figure that out, okay? And that is the beauty of learning each other and dating and getting to know people and having a friendship, okay? Last but not least, what is your blockage? We have the Two of Pentacles, okay? We have a few pentacles in this reading, so it will be very abundant. The love reading, the energy that I'm picking up compared to the general, is very similar. So you and this person are great leaders, very successful. You guys will be very abundant in your finances, in your career, in love. And I did an Aries reading called the Power Couple, and this energy feels very similar for me, okay? And I think the Queen of Swords came out in that reading as well, so I'll try to link it in the video, or you guys can make sure to check it out, okay? But back to your blockage, the Two of Pentacles. You're having a hard time juggling, okay? And this blockage is for you within, okay? This isn't the blockage for the other person, Aquarius, okay? So you feel like you have a lot of stuff on your plate. You feel like that it's not really the time for love or romance, because I feel like that you're focusing a lot on self-love. And finding inner peace within, which is beautiful energy, Aquarius. I totally applaud you on that. But this is going to get in your way for the connection to flourish, Aquarius. I'm just going to be honest with you, okay? So it seems like everything is written in the stars and written in the cards for you for the bond to be successful, Aquarius. But your perception and how you're seeing things is going to defer the bond, okay? I feel like everything happens for a reason. Everything's meant to be. So however it goes is just a learning lesson for you and that person as well, because even if this is your blockage, the other person will always learn something from it, and you'll always learn something from it as well too, okay? And that's the point of us being in bonds with people, whether that's family, friendships, work relationships, or romantic, okay? So just be mindful of that. We did have the Two of Cups coming out in your general reading. So, and I actually did a reverse. I was going to film these separately, and I saw the Two of Cups at the bottom, and I was like, oh, maybe I should take it. And I said, no, if it pops out again, then it's meant to come out. Okay, so that ended up coming out in your general reading. So I feel like you do want Two of Cups in your energy, okay? And that is something that you're thinking about. I feel like that you're working through a lot of past hurt and some baggage that you personally feel like that you have. But I feel like with the Six of Pentacles coming out, the person doesn't see you as with baggage or with past trauma, or however you're viewing yourself, okay? They feel like that it will be a very balanced, a very healthy and beautiful connection, Aquarius, okay? So if you want this connection to flourish, you have to prioritize, okay? And we actually talked about that in your general reading as well too, okay? So letting go of some things that no longer serve you, and really asking yourself, what do I want on my plate and what do I need on my plate right now, can help you prioritize and put this connection at the forefront, okay, and not just at the back of your head, because it's definitely a thought that you have about it. You're definitely thinking about the person and definitely considering it, especially if you're watching this video. You may be thinking, is this just my perception, okay? So they definitely caught your attention, Aquarius, okay? So I feel like that this is a beautiful connection, okay? And I wish you nothing but abundance and happiness in this connection. If this is something that you're currently in, or if this is something that's coming into your energy very soon. I'm going to take one advice or lesson card. It depends on how it resonates with you, okay? And then we'll end it there, okay? One card, okay. Success, beautiful. I'm going to take that one. It says, I know that there is no greater goal than love. Exactly. Okay. Well, what were we just talking about, Aquarius? So success. I know that there is no greater goal than love. Exactly. Okay. So you're going to be successful in no matter what area of your life. Okay. Whether it's romance, from others or within, whether it's your career, okay, whether it's friendships or family. I feel like you're going to be very successful, okay? I'm going to take one affirmation card, and this energy feels a lot to me like the Ten of Pentacles, okay? A lot. So yeah, beautiful energy. I'm going to take one. I'm going to take this one. It says, I'm choosing happiness today. Exactly. This is my handwriting, okay? One more time. It says, I am choosing happiness today. Exactly, Aquarius. Choose happiness, okay? Choose it, okay? And then I'm going to look at the top of the deck because I'm just curious. I'm dying to see. So the top of the deck, we have 21, the world. So completion, happy endings, okay? You have finally ended a cycle, okay? Embrace it, celebrate it. I thought about the other day that we often look at healing, just the terminology like shadow work and doing the work and your hard work finally paying off. We see it as a job, but healing can be very beautiful, okay? When you've reached those milestones, Aquarius, celebrate them, okay? Because healing is a celebration. Look at how far you have come, Aquarius. It's very beautiful. We have following that the Hermit, okay? Like I said, number 9. So completion, like I said, we have to slowly step outside of that hermit mode, okay? I know we are still in quarantine, all of that type of stuff, okay? But and if you feel like that you need more healing, take that time. There's nothing wrong with that. But just the energy I'm picking up for the collective, I feel like a lot of you guys have already had that enlightenment, have already went through that spiritual awakening, and you guys are living in a little bit of fear. So it's time to step out of that, okay? And then last but not least, one of my favorite cards, the Queen of Pentacles, okay? She is balanced. She is Mother Earth, okay? She's given a lot of greenery like me today, okay? She is not only abundance in her finances, but in spirituality. Okay, so like I said, abundance mentally, physically, and spiritually, okay? Everything is looking good for you, Aquarius. I'm very happy for you because a lot of the other past readings were a lot of swords energy, a lot of inner conflict, a lot of inner turmoil, okay? So I'm going to leave it there. I'm almost at 25 minutes. I have talked enough, Aquarius, okay? Please talk to me in the comment section. I love to read all of you guys' comments and respond back to you, okay? Also, I would truly appreciate if you guys share, subscribe, and also like, okay? And if you have not heard this today, Aquarius, you are loved and you are cherished, okay? Until next time, my loves. Bye-bye.